Hello, my dear students. Welcome all again. We are in the chapter Biological Classification of 11th NCERT and CBSE pattern. And we are studying the RH Whittakar Biological Classification System. And in last session, we have already studied about the first kingdom of the RH Whittakar, that is the kingdom Monera. In this session, as you can see on the screen, we are going to observe and we are going to study the organisms which are included under the kingdom Protista. Let's start with the explanation. Here you can make your own notes. You can make your own sentences. Okay. So, kingdom Protista. As you know, all the bacteria are included in the kingdom Monera. What is the specialty of the kingdom Protista? आपको जो भी 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन ध्यान में रखने हैं वो ऐसे ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि कुछ उनका स्पेशल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, इसलिए वो डिफरेंट है देन द अदर टाइप ऑफ द किंगडम. सो you just make that as an important one. So all the single celled eukaryotic organisms are placed under the kingdom Protista, students. जो भी single celled organisms है, these are placed under the kingdom Protista, but the boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined. And what may be a photosynthetic one to one biologist, may be a plant to the another. So here in this syllabus, actually this type of kingdom Protista are included: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenids, slimy molds and the protozoans. ये जो सारे हैं kingdom protozoans or the kingdom Protista that you have to study in this syllabus of your 11th standard. Now we will see one by one actually here. So the members of the Protista are primarily aquatic one. Okay, they are the aquatic. This kingdom forms a link with the other dealing with plants, animals and fungi. Because of these organisms are eukaryotic in nature, so these eukaryotes, the Protistian cell body contains a well-defined nucleus. Okay, not only well-defined nucleus but also the membrane-bounded organelles are also present in this type of the eukaryotic organism. Okay, so some have flagella, some have cilia for the cilia for the movement. Then you can observe here the Protista, they can reproduce by either sexually or asexually. Okay, so sexually by the process that involving the cell fusion and the zygote formation. So the mode of nutrition in the kingdom Protista, that may be photosynthetic one, may be spirophytic. Okay, they may be parasitic or the holozoid. Depending on that organism, the mode of nutrition is different. So that's why the boundaries are not clear. I already told you in this kingdom Protista. The genetic material that consists of 2 or more DNA molecules. You know that these are the eukaryotic organism, the well-defined nucleus is there, well-defined organelles are there. So that's why whatever the genetic material is form of DNA, that is not the naked one, they are the membrane bounded. Okay, they includes the golden algae. They are found in the fresh as well as the marine water also, and in diatom forms two thin overlapping cells which together as in the box you can imagine. Okay, so these are the chrysophytes. ये जो हमने explanation देखा that the group include diatoms, golden algae. Okay, they are found in the fresh water as well as the marine water. We are talking about the chrysophytes here. Okay, in this chrysophytes actually the walls are embedded with the silica, and thus the walls are the indestructible. So these are referred as the diatomous earth, and being great soil is used in the polishing purpose, used in the filtration of oils and the syrups, and these diatoms are the chief producers in the oceans. Okay, this is about the kingdom Protista chrysophytes. एक तो क्लियर हो गया आपको क्रिसोफाइट्स के बारे में. नेक्स्ट वन आफ्टर द क्रिसोफाइट्स दैट इज द डाइनोफ्लैजेलेट्स. ओके, सो ये यहाँ तक का जो है दैट इज अबाउट द क्रिसोफाइट्स. देन वी आर talk about some dinoflagellates Protista. These type of organisms are mostly marine in nature. They are the photosynthetic protist. Okay, they are the biflagellates, or it is also called as the dinoflagellates. You can see here, this is the image of the dinoflagellate. Two type of the flagella are present. Okay, the cell wall has stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface, and most of them have the two type of the. अब ये दो टाइप के फ्लैजेला क्या होते हैं? One lies longitudinally and other transversely in a furrow between wall plates. Okay, so many types of pigments are present in such type of dinoflagellates like yellow, green, brown, blue or red. ये जो है that is depending upon the pigments present in their cells. If you want to, it is also called as a red tides. Okay, why? Because it undergoes such rapid multiplication that they make the sea appear red. So that's why they are so-called the red tide. Okay, the toxins which is released by such large numbers that may even kill other marine animals such as fish. Okay, the example which are included in the dinoflagellates, the example of dinoflagellates is the gonialyx and the red tides. This is about the dinoflagellates and the chrysophytes. I hope it is clear to you. Next, we will talk about the euglenoids. Actually, these euglenoids are the organism which are present in the kingdom Protista. Now, the euglena is the best examples of the euglenoids. So, the majority of the euglenoids, they are present in the fresh water. So, they are the freshwater organism. They found in the stagnant water also. Instead of the cell wall, they have a protein. Not only protein, rich layer of the protein is present such type of euglenids, which is called the pellicle, and which makes their body flexible. They have also the two type of flagella is present in some paramecium. So one is short and one is long. Okay, some euglenoids have the two flagella, one is short and one is long. Though they are the photosynthetic, in the presence of sunlight, when sunlight they behave like the heterotrophs. जब sunlight present है, that time such type of organism a photosynthetic one. When the sunlight is absent, they behave as a heterotrophic one. The pigments of euglenoids are identical to those which is present in the higher plants. Example, euglena or the Peronema. These are the common two examples of the euglenoids which are included in the kingdom Protistians. Is clear to you because of the pellicle layer is rich in the pellicle layer of the cell wall in the euglena. Their body is the flexible one. Okay, this is about the euglena. Second is the slimy molds. अब ये slimy molds क्या है? You can see in the picture, this is the picture of the slimy molds. They are the saprophytic protists and feeds on decaying twigs and the leaves. They have the no proper shape because of the slimy molds are that's why we are calling. Okay, the body moves along the decaying twigs and the leaves, engulfing the organic material, and under the favorable conditions of these slimy molds, they form and the aggregation that is called the plasmodium. Okay, which may grow and they spread several feet. अगर आप गूगल पे just you will type that images of slimy molds, then you will understand कि वो कैसे spread होते हैं. Okay, but during the unfavorable condition, the plasmodium differentiate and forms the fruiting bodies, and also they forms the spores at their tips. And these spores that having the true walls, they are extremely resistant and they can survive for many years. That is the special characteristics of the slimy molds even under the unfavorable conditions, students. Okay, so the spores are dispersed by air currents. The examples of the slimy molds are Fuligo. Okay, just remember the names of that all Protistians. So you can easily write the name of the examples if the question is asked for your exam. Next one is the protozoans. अब ये प्रोटोजोआ क्या है ये हम देखेंगे. All the protozoans, they are the heterotrophs and they live as a predator or a parasite. They believed to a primitive relatives of the animals And there are the four major groups of the protozoans. कौन से है? You can see here amoeboids, then flagellated, ciliated, and the sporozoans. These are the four groups of the protozoa. We will see one by one here. First of all, amoeboids protozoans. These type of organism, they live in the fresh water, in the sea water, and in the moist soil. They move and they can capture their prey by putting out pseudopodia. Okay, this is the examples of the paramecium you can see here. And pseudopodia means it is also called as the false feet, as in the amoeba. Okay, the marine forms have the silica shells on their surfaces, and some of them, such as the entomoeba, are the parasites. Then the flagellated protozoans. They are the free-living parasite. As the name suggests, the flagellated protozoans, the flagella are present. Okay, the parasitic forms that cause the disease such as sleeping sickness. ओके, स्लीपिंग सिकनेस, अगर आपने ये सुना होगा तो ये प्रोटिस्टा जो है फ्लैजेलेटेड प्रोटोजोआंस उसकी वजह से होता है. एंड द एग्जांपल ऑफ द फ्लैजेलेटेड प्रोटोजोआंस एज द ट्राइपोनोसोमा और द ट्रिपैनोसोमा. Then the ciliated protozoans. These ciliated protozoans, these are the aquatic one, actively moving organism. Why these are the actively moving organism? Because the name suggests the ciliated protozoans, the means the number of cilia are present. They have a cavity that opens to the outside of the surfaces, and they coordinate the movement of the rows, and that cilia cause the water laden with the food. The example is the paramecium. You can see this is the structure of the paramecium, and you can observe how many types of the cilia are present on the surface of the paramecium. And last one is the sporozoans. They are, or they have, an infectious spore-like stage in their life cycle. And most notorious is Plasmodium, which is the malarial parasite. You know that about the malaria and the malarial parasite, which cause the malaria, a disease which has the effect on the human population. Okay, students, so this is about the protozoans, slimy molds, euglenoids. After the euglenoids, you studied about the dinoflagellates and the chrysophytes. These are some group of the kingdom Protista, or some examples of the organism kingdom Protista. I hope you understood it very clearly. If you have any problem, then you can ask me in the chat box. But don't forget to subscribe my channel and to like my video. Okay, thank you so much.